it's hard to be humble when you're perfect in every way. I can't wait to look in the mirror. Hell, I get better looking each day. It's true, to know me is to love me. I must be one hell of a man. Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble when you're doing the best that you can. I'm doing the best that I can.
As we continue to humble ourselves before God during Lent, we turn this week to the spiritual discipline of fasting. A spiritual discipline is any practice that enhances our spirituality. It is something we do that can center us, cleanse us, and refresh us to make us more receptive to experiencing God and draw us closer to God. Specifically, as a spiritual discipline, fasting is a voluntary abstention. It is a temporary giving up of something in order to cleanse us and prepare us to experience God in a new way. If fasting is a discipline that we are using during Lent, we can say a number of things about it. First and foremost, fasting is something that Jesus himself did. When he was out in the wilderness being tempted and prepared for ministry, we are told that Jesus fasted. He was hungry out there in the wilderness. And that brings us to the second thing. Fasting allows us to show commitment and devotion to God. The Apostle Paul, for example, fasted for 3 days to prepare himself for his baptismal commitments to God. Still today, there are people in the church who use fasting as a way to prepare themselves for baptism. The third thing we can say is that we're not supposed to whine about it. Scripture says in Matthew that whenever you fast, do not look dismal like the hypocrites, for they disfigure their faces so as to show others that they are fasting. But when you fast, put oil on your head and wash your face so that your fasting may be seen not by others, but by your Father who is in secret. And your Father who sees in secret will reward you. Last but not least, the fourth thing that we can say about fasting is that it should be focused on God. The church leader John Wesley once said, "First, let fasting be done unto the Lord with our eye singly fixed on Him. Let our intention be this and this alone, to glorify our Father who is in heaven." The 4th century leader of the church, St. Basil the Great, once said this about fasting. "Fasting gives birth to prophets and strengthens the powerful. Fasting makes lawgivers wise. Fasting is a good safeguard for the soul, a steadfast companion for the body, a weapon for the valiant, and a gymnasium for athletes. Fasting repels temptations, anoints unto piety. It is the comrade of watchfulness and the artificer of chastity. In war it fights bravely, in peace it teaches stillness." During this Lent, may our own fasts give us courage, increase our watchfulness, and also increase our peace as we seek to humble ourselves before the living God.
I'm doing the best that I can. Take care, y'all. Have a great week.